Okay, we got a private tour with a private van and private tour guide. We are off to Hoi An. Hoi An is a charming little city. It's got really good old character. If you're into old architecture, Hoi An's the city for you. It's one of the few cities in Vietnam that didn't get bombed. That's why a lot of the old architecture, the old buildings in Old Town is still there. It's a fishing village. It's very quaint. It's not a big city, not really big towers or anything like that. Now, Hoi An is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Center because it's such a well-preserved example of the 15th to 19th century trading ports. Back then, it was bustling with merchants and traders from all over, including China, Japan, Holland, Persia, and Arabia. So that's a bit of the rich history of the city. Now let's share with you some things that you can do when you get here. This is a fishing village. So do they still fish here or no more? They still fish. Do they still make fish sauce here?
That didn't make fish sauce still.
Oh, they make fish sauce.
Shrimp and fish. That's small bowl. The big bowl is for tourists.
Right. So do they make fish sauce here?
Yeah, they also no longer making fish sauce, but they still catching fish,
Okay.
prawn, and getting to the market for selling.
Oh, okay. Must be.
Very skillful.
Ah, they go pretty low. Okay, I don't think it's a good sign when he's bailing out water before you go in. All right, Caitlin's the brave one. Okay, so that was the basket boat ride. It was kind of interesting. That whole area was an old fisherman's village, but I guess they turned it into tourism. And those boats, they used to use those as basically dinghies. They tied to the back of the big boats, and then they would use that to go fishing in the shallow waters. Then they basically made it into a bit of a tourist thing, offer rides. You can see that there's like karaoke and boat spinning and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a neat thing to do if you're here to check it out. Those boats are interesting because basically it's basket woven, and how they keep it waterproof is on the bottom they use tar and resin, so that gives them that waterproof coating for a while. After a few years, then they gotta rebuild another one. Yeah, so that was fun. Now we're heading to Old Town. Hoi An has 80 or so ancient wells, but this one is the most well-known because it's considered the key component to Hoi An's famous Ko Lao noodle. It was built back in the 10th century and now is a UNESCO site. This is not a huge attraction, but we thought it'd be a fun thing to share with you. If you're walking around the old town anyways, then you can go and try to find this well. It's located down the alley running north behind 45 Phan Chai Trin Street, just up from the popular Ballet Well restaurant. So this is an actual well?
Yeah, it's actual well, yes. Actual people can drink that water.
Wow. So they still use this to cook their noodles and everything?
They still use it to cook the noodle, everything.
And it's supposed to be better quality if you use this.
If you use normal water, from the purified water, the noodle coming out not good taste.
Not good. This is better.
This is better. And some noodle, the khao lo we eat somewhere. They some famous restaurant in here. They use this noodle.
How many wells are there in Hoi An?
Only this one and one in the old town. One in the market too.
2 wells.
Oh no, another one. I saw another one. 3. But this
The
is
water, how deep is the well?
about 3 meters.
The old town of Hoi An is the main attraction. You can spend a whole day here and more just walking around exploring. It's a very well preserved town of old ancient architecture because it's one of the few areas that was not bombed during the Vietnam War. There are many museums here which can cover the rich history of the area and the local crafts and ceramics that you can go and explore. I would recommend that you buy a pass because it gets you to all of those museums, but you do need a lot of time for that. So that's probably a whole day by itself. And if you want to check out the other stuff, then allow for multiple days, and you might as well stay the night in Hoi An instead of just doing a day trip. Another famous attraction is the Japanese covered bridge. It was originally built to connect the Chinese and the Japanese neighborhood back in the early 15th century. Spiritually, the locals believed back then that it kept Namazu away from the area. Namazu is a mythical Japanese catfish which caused earthquakes, and that's why they wanted to keep them away. You can also shop in this area. There's lots of shops here. The main things are custom-made tailors. Silk fabric is famous, dating back to the Silk Road times. There's even a Hoi An cloth market where there are over 50 stalls selling all kinds of fabrics. Also, there are a few markets here if you want to check out the local market scene. Hoi An Central Market is the largest and is right next to Old Town by the Bon River. Hoi An also has a night market. It's about 300 kilometers with 50 stalls. It's not a huge market, but a lot of people will come here to try the local foods. Out of the 50 stalls, 20 of them are food stalls. So that tells you how much food there is. To find it, you have to cross the bridge to the other side of the Bon River, across from the main part of Old Town. Làm tiếng trở lại là. So this is definitely a highlight of Hoi An if you're ever here, especially come around twilight because that's when they start setting these lanterns. You can pay for it, it's like 10,000 dong, and then you can set it in the water, make a wish. But it's very beautiful. Twilight comes out, so you can take some gorgeous photos, videos with that magic blue. If you really like this lantern vibe, then you can plan to visit during their Lantern Festival, which falls on the 14th day of every lunar month when the moon is full. If you're looking for a huge celebration, then go during the Lunar New Year. This is the bridge, the main bridge, pedestrian only, that you'll find a lot of people gather, and you can ride a boat, pay for that, and they'll take you up and down the river. So quite beautiful. Definitely, if you're doing Hoi An Old Town, then add that to the last part of your day. Come around like 2 or so, 3, walk around the shops, and then when it gets dark, you get this. Another popular attraction is the Hoi An's Memory Land. It's the first cultural theme park in Vietnam, and it's a great place to get the experience of Vietnamese culture. There is a nightly show that we didn't get a chance to go to just because we were here for the day trip. But we'll post a link in their website. It looked great, and especially if you're someone that wants to learn more about the Vietnamese culture and the Hoi An region, this is a great show to check out. Hoi An has some unique dishes which is special to this region. So when you're here, you should definitely give it a try. On our visit, we managed to find and try most of them. Good, we're gonna go check out this one. It's called Gum Linh. What's the Hoi An stuff here?
Hoi An stuff here.
Yeah, we want Hoi An.
Có món Hoi An mà có thể. Well, this is chicken rice. They have chicken rice here. Yeah.
Let's try.
Có wonton không có đúng không?
Hoành thánh chiên hả?
Wonton chiên á?
Dạ có đồng.
Wonton. They have wonton.
Yeah, some of that.
Đây là món đặc sản Hội
Oh,
An.
that's
This
wonton?
is, yes, wonton.
Oh, it's
This one.
fried, not soup.
No, fried.
You want soup?
Right.
We have a wonton soup.
Which one's better?
This is fried. I like fried.
Fries
one.
better? Okay.
Soup, this one. And white roll, this one.
Oh, dumpling.
Dumpling.
Bun,
Same as dumpling.
like bánh
but
bèo.
Smaller bánh bèo.
right? Is it bánh bèo? No.
Yeah, kind of bánh bèo. Yes.
Similar to bánh bèo.
Similar to bánh bèo. Not real basil.
Okay, so
White
this is
rose.
their white rose. So do they actually
Dumpling.
use white rose to cook it?
No, let me
It's not really made out of rose. It just looks like rose.
Yes.
So they call it that.
Outside the dry onion.
Yes, I love dried onion.
Yeah.
So, and this is po lao. And Janie is having their po lao, which is also a unique thing for Hoi An here. So this is their what do you call it? Just one ton?
Wonton.
One ton.
Fried wonton.
Fried one ton. Hoi An style.
We can go wonton chiên.
One ton chiên.
Chiên it means deep fried.
So is this tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce.
Really?
Yes.
That's like Western food.
No.
So they take one ton skin
Yeah.
with tomato sauce
That's it.
and
Prawn.
onion.
Onion.
Is that bean? The yellow thing is bean?
Wow, egg.
Eggs? That wonton is interesting. It's like basically deep fried wonton, but they add like tomato sauce and eggs and onions on top. Very good, interesting, unique here.
And one more.
What's this over there? So that's the duck. Alright, this one's open, so we are lucky. We're gonna try some gum ga, which is their famous chicken rice, Hoi An style. Rice?
Yes.
What do they cook the rice in?
This one, you mean the rice?
Yeah, it's yellow, right?
The yellow one is the color mixed with the chicken oil and saffron.
Oh, okay. So you put some soy sauce, some chili, and then mix it up.
Yeah.
Mix it all up. Okay, got it. Yeah, you want some chili?
Yeah, add on some chili on it.
So we just finished our dinner in Hoi An, trying their chicken rice. That's another famous thing for their Hoi An stuff. And then lunchtime we had their wonton and their white rose dumpling and also their cow lao. So we pretty much had all of the really popular stuff in Hoi An, the typical stuff. And that was pretty good. Now we're gonna head back, and tomorrow we'll be in Hue. So we hope you liked this video and it has helped you to plan your trip to Hoi An. If you have additional questions, please post it in the comments down below and we'll get that answered. If you're in the central Vietnam area, then feel free to click on the additional videos for this area, and that's coming up right now in the end screen.